job. Steps in with a forehand flip. Takes the 4th game. And 3-1 win. Digital Multi-Tools Inc. takes the 2-0 lead. Leading into the 3rd match between Kaden Shu and Mishel Levinski. So the 3rd match of the tie between Digital Multi-Tools Inc. and Nissan's Table Tennis Club, between Mishel Levinski, left-hander in blue, is taking on Kaden Shu, plays out of New Jersey. Two players here from the East Coast going head-to-head. And Levinski starts off with a great reverse serve. It's really been the serve of the day, I think.
Yeah.
The reverse pendulum serve. And he's going to have to keep it a little bit tighter. Doesn't want that drifting half long against Kaden Shu. And one of the things that you'll notice throughout this match with Kaden is that he has very long service action. Makes it very difficult to tell what's happening with the contact point, because it's such a long stroke that the contact is really kind of lost in translation. Sometimes it's very heavy, sometimes there's nothing on it. I think it's something that players really struggle with. It looks like such a slow contact.
But then the ball contact is super heavy.
Yeah, there's some kind of David Copperfield secret. I don't know what's going on there. I never figured it out in the whole time that I was in New Jersey and living with this guy. And Levinski switches over, gives him the double reverse. off the bottom of his racket.
Oh, another great serve by Levinski.
So Levinski off to a good start here. 5-2.
Wow.
Swings a little bit too much on that one.
And a little too less than the one before that.
And again, just lets the serve drift a little bit too long. Looks like Levinski is saying that the ball touched. And they'll give the point to Levinski. No protest there from Kaden Shu.
Wow, big play by Levinski.
Big forehand there to finish that point. Levinski sticks Kaden Shu in the corner. He's doing really well against the forehand of Kaden Shu, usually the strong point of his game.
Wow, and a big serve from Levinski.
Certainly been giving a lot of trouble with that.
I mean, also being left-handed helps a lot, you know.
But again, it seems like he's kind of doing it in pairs. The first serve he manages to keep tight.
Right.
Has a good success with it, but the second one's kind of leaking long a little. Levinski with a 3-point lead. He's definitely going to want to capitalize the game off this. Kaden Shu coming back.
Wow.
And really the time when he needed it the most, not able to pick off that half-long serve. Levinski with 3 game points. Good strategy from Levinski, controlling the forehand back to the backhand side.
Then trying to take the attack.
Kaden Shu 2 points behind. See what he can do with his serve here.
Wow, very, very heavy serve.
Incredibly heavy. And again, that slow action really disguising the...
Whoa, and a big, big step in.
Really, really surprising there to see Kaden Shu set up I thought it felt a little bit of a loose serve receive and then come in to drop it short.
Right.
I thought, you know, if you watch here in the replay, it's definitely a ball that he could have attacked. Gave Levinski exactly what he needed to finish off the first game here.
Like I said, it is different when you play against a left-handed player. I'm sure if that was a right-handed player, he would have definitely stepped in and took that attack away. When you're playing a left-handed player,
yeah, the angle across court to the backhand is Yeah, and you can see there on the bench, Levinski getting some coaching from Nissan, the man behind the table tennis club and the team. And Kaden Shu's back to the bench with Eugene Wong, Jeremy Hazen. Shu locks Levinski up in the corner. So Kaden Shu bouncing back, first 3 points. Intense focus there. And again, Levinski flips the racket, serves fast off the back. It's worked for him twice now.
Wow, beautiful
Quick
counter.
hands, yeah. Levinski clips the net on that short ball. And again, the error with the half long serve. They're starting to creep in now.
Beautiful play. I mean, it sounds weird, but I think Kaden hasn't realized he's playing a lefty. Because that ball, he could have played that ball down the line very easily, but yet he went right into the forehand of where Mishel was standing.
I mean, generally he has a lot of confidence in his forehand game. I don't think he's really grasped the fact that Levinski seems to have quite a good handle on it.
Right.
He doesn't seem very intimidated by it.
Whoa.
And another break off the net there. Mishel Levinski tying things up at 5-5. He has a 1-game lead. Needs to win this match to keep Nissan's Table Tennis Club alive, as Digital Multi-Tools have a 2-0 lead here.
Another big service.
Gets a lot of wrist action on that serve.
That time, Kaden is not falling for it that time. Definitely on top of it, taking that point.
Another great forehand from Kaden Shu. Levinski's going to have to be careful that he doesn't allow Kaden Shu to play with more power.
Wow.
You see, so far he's kind of been playing a 70% forehand game.
Yeah, I've noticed that.
There's still certainly room for him to play a little bit harder and faster. misses the counter opportunity.
8-all.
Levinski ties at 8-all.
Wow, that's huge, huge service by Kaden.
And goes fast. Usually can be pretty effective in situations like this, and a little bit less common that if you serve long and fast backspin.
Right.
I think a lot of players struggle with that.
High ball. Oh, man. Puts it to the bottom of the net.
That was definitely a lifeline there for Mishel Levinski. Kaden Shu still has 1 game point. He's left scratching his head a bit after that one. And doesn't handle the spin on that serve well for that return. Pops the ball straight up. Definitely needed to close the angle off more there. Now it's 10-10. Opportunity slipping away here for Kaden Shu. But he claws it back with the serve.
Big service that was. Oh my God.
Super play by Levinski. Gets Kaden Shu caught back off the table. Shu having to almost get on the ground to lift that ball up. Again, Levinski having no problem with that. Slightly slower than usual ball from Kaden Shu.
Wow.
And he opens up a game point to potentially take a 2-0 lead here.
And a huge, huge serve. Wow.
Right in the bottom of the net. 2 close games. Levinski with a 2-0 lead. Kaden Shu doesn't look too happy about that situation that he's found himself in here. Mishel Levinski just riding the momentum wave he has here. Has found his service game very effective. Is handling Kaden Shu's forehand game incredibly well.
And then playing the backhand wide to Kaden's forehand. That's a big lefty thing, playing wide, and Kaden's just not catching up to it. This could be a huge upset here.
Certainly in recent times, Mishel Levinski's become more active on the domestic tournament circuit across the US. Picked up some good wins in recent months. So Kaden Shu trailing 0-2. Certainly finding himself in a bit of trouble here. So Levinski, 2-0 lead. I Things going in his favor so far. And Kaden Shu looks like he's going to start ramping up the forehand pace.
Yeah, because we really haven't seen the power of Kaden Shu's forehand yet.
And just steady on the return there. We saw last year in the team semi-final, Kaden Shu trailing 2-0 against Leong Chi Fong from Malaysia. Just came flying out of the gates at 0-2 down to come back and win 3-2. So not out of the realms of possibility here for that to happen. But Levinski will certainly be looking here to throw in as many roadblocks to that happening as possible. A lot of this comes down to how Kaden Shu receives this reverse serve. And 5-0 for Kaden Shu.
And I see a little bit more movement in Kaden now, a little bit more action, you know?
And I think really he'll be looking to make a decisive psychological impact here for Kaden Shu. I mean, the less points Mishel Levinski can score in this game, the better.
Right.
Levinski gets the ball back across to the backhand, gets himself on the board here. And for one of the first times during the match, we see Levinski changing it up away from that reverse serve. Kind of mistimed the service action a little. Picks up another free point off the serve. And a huge forehand down the line.
And you see, that's another thing that I was talking about, playing against lefties. You see, he could have easily went down the line and won that point, but yet, which a lot of righties do, they go right into the backhand of lefties where they're already standing.
We know all about that, right?
Yeah, because I'm lefty. But it's true. I mean, so many righties, they go for the big shot right to where we're standing. We're already in our backhand side.
Yeah,
he
it's
needs
an
to
anchor
go
point.
down the line to the forehand. Whoa, heavy, heavy, heavy reverse serve.
Yeah, and I mean, throughout the first two games, we saw Levinski doing it to him. You know, he's not afraid to play down the line.
Wow.
And Shu opts for the inside out ball. Missing his mark there. Still has a 4-point lead.
Gold. Wow, nice play.
He continues to play into that backhand side.
I don't get it.
Stubborn.
I really don't get it. Like you're playing to right where the guy's standing. He needs to go to that wide forehand.
I mean, especially when you start getting driven back off the table.
Right.
You've really got to kind of dig your heels in and change something up.
Wow.
Certainly steps up the forehand game.
He's on the board.
Yeah. I think he really damaged the mental impact he could have had. He had such a strong start. I think, you know, if he'd won the game 11-2 or 11-3, it really would have put a pretty big dent in the confidence of Levinski.
Exactly.
I think him managing to claw it back at least a few points towards the end there, he'll be able to come back into the fourth and still feel fairly confident about what he's been doing. So Mishel Levinski from Nissan's Table Tennis Club looking to put his team back into the match here. They're trailing 2 matches to 0 in this best-of-5 team tie. If Kaden Shu were to come back and win this match, it would seal the deal for Digital Multi-Tools Inc. to pass through to the final. So all the responsibility right now falls upon the left-hander in blue, Mishel Levinski. He has a 2-1 lead. Long, fast serve followed by the slow ball. I think he might have picked that up from his teammate, Eugene Wong.
See? That's what he's going to need to do.
Especially if he can follow up the next ball back across to the backhand. If he can open up space on that backhand side. I mean, honestly, wide forehand is a textbook nightmare for left-handers.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And really, that's why Levinski's been serving reverse so much. To be able to play that angle out there with the spin carrying the opposite direction is almost, well, I wouldn't say impossible, but it's very difficult. And you just constantly see, after the reverse serve, the returns coming back across to the backhand side. It's a comfortable angle. And Kaden Shu's not willing to take the risk necessary to put it down the line. But right now, it seems he's building some momentum here. Another strong start here.
And still
Bit
he
slow on the
insists
footwork too.
on going to this backhand.
So many opportunities to do something different. He's creating danger for himself by being predictable. I mean, honestly, when you talk about point structure and planning service and set plays, the worst thing that you can possibly do is have a predictable serve receive.
Right, exactly.
Just gives Levinski so much time to plan his points out more. Kaden Shu's again picking the pace up on the forehand.
Oh, beautiful play. Smart play.
Levinski opting for the Danny Harbison shot. And a big opportunity there for Mishel Levinski. Everything set up how he wanted it. Space down the line to put the ball. playing a little bit loose on that serve receive. We're not seeing Kaden Shu rolling into those shots anymore. He's transferring full weight. And
wow,
game point here, 6 game points. And this is the kind of scoreline that I talked about in the last game. And Levinski just throwing in a long serve and getting out of this game. It's going to go to 5. I think from a mental standpoint, when you're down by a scoreline like 10-4, you've got to try and win as many points as you can. If you can get to,
I agree with you.
If you can get to 7 or 8, you get some of that confidence back.
Right.
And at least the other player doesn't feel like they just blew you out of the water.
Yes.
Kaden Shu right now, 11-6, 11-4. He's got to feel like he's in a good position here to win the 5th game.
I got this guy. But I agree with you. It's really important when you're down that low to get as many points as you can, even if you lose that game.
Yeah.
But if you're down 11-4 and now you made it back to 9, you still lost 11-9. But mentally now the guy's saying, "Oh man, this guy's still fighting."
Yeah.
Right. But when you just give up the last point like that, mentally I'm gonna say, "Yeah, this guy's beaten.
Yeah.
He's done." Well, let's see what happens in the first point of the final and 5th game. I also think Kaden is getting just a little bit more comfortable with the serves of Mishel.
Yeah, definitely. He's keeping them a lot tighter than before. He's managing to drop shot them. I think it's a perfect opportunity for Levinski to come in and really drive the ball into his backhand side. It's definitely a weaker area for him. And also, if he's going to serve half long, get it over that edge of the table, like he just did then, because the ball's curving back in towards the table as it drops.
Exactly.
And those are 2 easy points for Levinski.
Wow.
Straight off the serve. It's the perfect start for him here.
Wow. And Kaden pays the favor right back.
And slots in that opening forehand. 2 games each. 2 points each. Levinski with the serve. Can he continue?
This serve wide to his forehand is giving him a lot of problems. Oh.
And pressure after that, after losing the first point on the serve. Now Kaden Shu, 2-point lead, and has the serve, and it's going to force the timeout from Levinski. It's very fortunate to have Zhang Kai and Jishan on the bench. They're players who've played against Kaden on more occasions than many of the other top players in the US. So certainly they'd have plenty of intel here on how to take this guy down. But right now, the real factor at play is the momentum swing from Kaden Shu, and Levinski's got to be wondering what's been going on to be up 2-0 and then losing the 3rd and 4th, 6 and 4.
I mean, Kaden is just adjusting, and he's playing a lot safer picking his shots.
Yeah, he seems to have spent more effort on setting up a more powerful forehand as well.
Wow, and a long serve to the middle. And the yellow card is coming out. Oh, guess not. Hey, I did that in a pro tournament. They gave me a yellow card right away, man. And I didn't even do it like that. I just hit the ball up and caught it. Oh, it's coming. Wait, the yellow card's coming for sure. There's no way it's not coming. There it is.
Yes.
Wow. Hey, I wonder, I mean, because I can't see what he's doing from this side, but I wonder if Mishel is actually playing no spin pushes or if Kaden is actually just missing the ball. Because it's really hard to see.
I think Michel's played a little bit too loose on a couple of occasions.
Right.
Certainly there were opportunities that Kaden could have taken advantage of but wasn't able to. So I think they were unforced errors. And again, the first ball square into the middle of the backhand. Levinski's not budging. He's anchored there. He knows the ball's coming there. He's got no problem blocking that first ball.
Heavy, heavy, heavy.
And Levinski almost knew as he came across. Knew that it was potentially an error. And knuckling down here, Levinski. You can hear the amount of effort that's going in here. He knows he's got to get in position. He knows he's got to try and play some more offensive strokes and get his forehand in when he can.
You know, I think Kaden keeps going to the backhand because he considers that's the safest shot for him to make.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's definitely a safer angle to play cross court.
Oh
but
my God!
if you know the ball's going there, I mean, he's giving Mishel more options.
Yeah, all the time. You know, I teach my students, hit the ball to where the guy's not standing. Six, 8. 7, 8.
And now the timeout comes from the Digital Multi-Tools team.
But hasn't anyone told them stop opening to the backhand?
I mean, the problem is, even when he's opening to the backhand, the follow-up's also going to the backhand. He's just giving opportunities to Levinski to decide what he wants to do, when he wants to do it, and the pace doesn't really change. The pace is set as soon as the first shot is made. If Kaden Shu plays the first shot at 90%, if the ball comes back, he's playing the next shot at 90%.
90%, exactly.
If he starts off slower at 70% and he's playing into the backhand, there's no change in pace. There's no strong follow-up. It's just continuous. And that kind of predictability is dangerous. And it gives players like Mishel Levinski the opportunity to take advantage. When Kaden's putting in all the effort to initiate, Levinski has the chance to turn things around.
Whoa.
There is the kind of shot he needs to play. The steady opening and the strong follow-up.
Especially if you keep deciding you want to go to the backhand over and over. There we got 7 to 9. Mishel to serve. Oh, he keeps falling for that shot every time. That serve down the line is loaded with underspin.
Yeah, you know the only reason it's bouncing high is because there's so much risk going into it.
Yeah, it's loaded.
And he puts the first ball into the middle. I mean, a first opening that's that low with that much spin on, send it to his forehand. let him take a go. He's not going to block with his forehand. He's going to try and take the opportunity to counter. Very difficult ball to counter. And a long no-spin serve to the backhand. Kaden Shu, for the second year in a row, comes back from a seemingly impossible situation. 2-0 down. Wins the last 3 games, 6, 4, and 8. An unfortunate missed opportunity there for Mishel Levinski, who is looking to lead his team back into this match. It's 3-0.